It was a dark and stormy night. That's perhaps the most famous opening line in all of English literature. It opens the story in a way which catches your attention. It uses foreshadowing, it uses the pathetic fallacy in order to establish that something terrible is about to happen. And that's what I want to talk about, your opening line, because it's your one chance to really catch the reader's attention. You want to take advantage of that because they'll never go back to that first line again. And that will be the moment that decides their attitude going to the second line and the third line and the fourth line. And I think the general rule of thumb that you want to follow is that you want to start with something going on. You want to start with a hook. My book, Dead's Rise, opens with one of the main characters having scratched the car that belonged to her father, who has just died, and she's going to his funeral. So there's no action per se, but it intrigues the reader. Why is this girl scratched her father's car? What's she doing? Why does she hate this car? And it's a beautiful car too. It's like a 1971 Fiat Spider. Think about the books you love the most, the movies you love the most, and how so often they start with a hook. So don't neglect that first line. It doesn't mean you have to get it right away. The main thing is to start writing. But always go back to your first line and make sure that you're getting the maximum impact out of that first line. Sometimes that might mean you cut your first chapter in half and start halfway through the first chapter. Sometimes it might mean moving your fifth chapter to the first chapter and doing it as a flashback or a flash forward, rather. But whatever you do, make sure you seize that opportunity that will never come again, because eventually the rain will stop and then it won't be a dark and stormy night anymore and people have moved on.